administrators and perhaps some students are joining us through the webinar. Because of this massive number of participants, VC connectivity has not been possible, so we requested them to join us through the webinar. And I'm glad and I'm overwhelmed at this kind of a response we got for the online lab program. As some of you may know, the Center for Innovations in Public Systems is established about 4.5 years back at Hyderabad through the recommendations of the 13th Finance Commission for identifying, documenting and dissemination of information relating to innovative public best practices. All the chief secretaries of the states and 3 union secretaries, in addition to the director of Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration, Mussoorie, are on the advisory council of CIPS. We focus primarily on 4 core areas: health, education, urban governance and e-governance. In the last 4 years, we have been able to identify about 355 innovative practices in these 4 core areas. We have also conducted about 125 programs all over the country in different parts, covering almost 23 states and union territories. We have also been able to bring out detailed process documents in about 20 cases for replication. So this in brief is the introduction of the Center for Innovations in Public Systems. Health along with education is one of the major core areas, and we are very happy that a number of locations all over the country are able to participate in this program today. With this brief introduction of the program and words of welcome, I now request Ms. Bhargavi Kumar, Senior Project Officer of CIPS, to introduce the speakers and also request them later to make the presentation. Ms. Bhargavi Kumar.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I introduce our speakers, I just would like to bring your attention to a couple of points for the smooth conduct of the VC. I request all the studios to mute their mics during the presentation session. This will help us to conduct the VC in a very smooth manner. And after the presentation is over, and then we can have slots for each of the VC centers to actually ask the questions and then carry out the interaction later. So I request all the studios to kindly take the help of the coordinator and mute your mics, please. And I'm very glad to welcome Mr. Sasi Kumar. He is presently the Associate Director of CDAC Mumbai. And he was also Director R&D Corporate CDAC over a period of 3 years and 1 month. He was an accomplished senior research scientist at National Center for Software Technology. And he completed his PhD in computer science from BITS Pilani. And he pursued his master's in computer science from Indian Institute of Science and his graduation BTech in computer science department from IIT Chennai. He has over 20 years of experience with a focus on research and development of a large number of projects in areas such as resource scheduling, natural language processing, data mining, e-learning, accessibility, healthcare, etc. He is a co-author of 2 textbooks, Expert Systems and on Parallel Computing. He currently heads the R&D group on artificial intelligence, education technology, open source software at CDAC. His major projects include Pariksha. It is an automated program grading and analysis tool It allows teachers to conduct programming exams in online mode without auto-evaluation of students, programming assignments, analysis after programming test. His major publications include Vashishta, an instruction delivery framework for online learning, and Proceedings of the National Seminar on E-Learning and E-Learning Technologies in 2001. Along with him, I'm glad to welcome Mr. Manoj Kumar Singh. He is currently the technical officer working in CDAC Mumbai. He is having his MCA from IGNOU, and his interests include education technology and free and open source software. So I request Sashi Kumar sir to kindly proceed with the presentation on OLabs.
Good morning and welcome to this session on online labs. And at the outset, I want to thank SIPS for giving us this opportunity of reaching out to all of you across the country. And it's a mind-boggling response that we have worked for this initiative. And so I'm happy to be part of this and talking to all of you about this activity that we have been working on now for the last 3-4 years. Okay, so I hope everybody are able to see the slides which I have put up. It says online labs or labs for school experiments. So if you are not able to see the slides, please confirm with your center that you are able to see the slides, because I'm going to use that for the presentation. Okay, so before I move into OLabs per se, I'll take a couple of minutes and introduce our group. We have been working on educational technology for almost last 1.5 decades. At the time when technology actually started blooming in India in the area of education. So we started looking at instruction design assessments, etc. from 1999-2000 onwards. And we have a strong group looking at various aspects of educational technology, and that's what this slide is about. And this particular project of online labs is done by our group at Mumbai and Amrita University in Kerala. So we are sharing in terms of the development and deployment activities in this lab. So ETU is one of the R&D institutions in CDAC Mumbai, and we look at new models and technologies, basically looking at the R&D component in educational technology. Our work includes research, awareness creation, and software development. And we have a rich experience working with online assessments, interactive content. Online labs is an example of that. Personalization of educational content for various categories of users, including those who have learning disabilities. Learning management systems, we have been working with the Moodle for almost 15 years now, so from the time Moodle actually came into existence. Intelligent tutoring systems for various domains. So these are a snapshot of what we do in the area of educational technology. And a few other projects which might be of interest to you. Maybe at some point in time we'll come back to you and tell you more about these. One is we have actually compiled a repository of useful content and resources for class 9 and 10, including labs for teachers. So these are, for example, aids to teachers to teach effectively. You know, when you are doing diagrams in geometry or simple assessments in the classroom itself. So there's a bunch of those things which you have created. Online labs is a major initiative that we took about 4 years back. The phase 1, we built a subset of experiments, over about 30 experiments covering physics and chemistry were prepared. This was discussed with schools, and we got very strong support from CBSE headquarters in Delhi, with the CBSE chairman writing to all the schools about the system. Subsequently, in phase 2, now we have expanded the scope. I'll tell you more about it in the rest of the presentation. We also have a project which builds up the CCA framework, the Comprehensive and Continuous Evaluation Framework of CBSE. So we have the entire framework, including the ability to collect detailed data of all the aspects that is relevant for the assessment online, and a very nice set of visualization tools which will give you student-wise, class-wise, teacher analysis, school analysis, and finding odd cases in the classroom. People who suddenly pick up momentum, people who suddenly lose momentum. So there are a whole bunch of visualizing tools that is also being built under the CCE framework. And recently we have started looking at the school books to ebooks project. We have a project called eBasta, which is a portal which tries to connect the publishers and the schools together, so that each school, irrespective of their location in the country, can actually connect up to.
Sound is very good, sir. Just switch it on.
There is some problem with the sounds. We just take a minute.
Is it on? Slides.
What is there a problem with this?
Can we pass PPT? Pen drive to the PPT after the pen drive. We can transfer that PPT to pen drive. You can
No, but why? They have connected.
they connected,
this,
but
no?
somehow they are not
It was coming up here. So.
But now we had to connect the other side.
Okay. Do you want? Do you,
give us pen drive.
Yes, we are. The PPT not being visible. So we are trying to make it available, and anyway, a copy of this will be uploaded on the website, which you can access later on. I don't have too many. I mean, I have some screenshots later, but maybe you can also view it on the web directly if by that time we are not able to get this working. Okay, so I'm getting back to my presentation. So I was talking about a few things that we were doing. So one was this course repository for class 9 and 10 teachers, including teacher labs or teacher tools, which are aids that the teachers can use in the classroom for effective instruction. Some, for example, proving theorems in mathematics, or doing assessments like diagram labeling and things like that, even crossword puzzles. And online labs is a major initiative, which is what we are going to talk about today. And CCE framework is the comprehensive and continuous evaluation framework of CBSE. We have the full system, including the mechanism to collect data across the entire space of scholastic, co-scholastic, and the various categories, formative, summative, term evaluation, everything, and may use that to create useful visualizations at the end to indicate, to provide the student a feedback of how he is doing vis-a-vis other students in the class. You can do a class-wise evaluation, you can do inter-class comparisons, and even at the school level performance comparison across the years and things like that, which are useful to find out where the gaps are, to take remedial measures earlier than waiting till the end of the year, and so on. So this system is also available. And so if some of you are interested, we can look at that as well. Another couple of tools that we have are a recent initiative going along with the Government of India movement from school books to ebooks. So we have built a portal which allows the publishers to come onto the portal and publish their books in the electronic form, and the schools across the country can actually log into that portal and compile the relevant or books of interest to them, create a basta, a school bag, and then pass it on to the students for use in their tablets and things like that. So this is also something that we have been working on, and this is expected to become available shortly. So which essentially means that schools, irrespective of your location or your contacts available, you have access to publishers across India who have material, and even material which has been created by other teachers. Another interesting thing that we are trying to do is what's called OBRIC, which is a simple way of doing OMR based evaluation, just using your a good mobile phone or a scanner to take to scan A4 type sheets and get OMR based results. So you can create OMR sheets the way the commercial OMR sheets look like, just print it out on your A4 paper, scan it using a good phone or a good normal scanner, and we'll be able to evaluate those OMR sheets. So this is also a little utility that we have. We can make that also, I mean, it may be of use to you for doing quick classroom tests, feedback collection and things like that. Okay, so that's briefly about what we have been doing in the educational technology area at CDAC Mumbai. So let me move on to the primary agenda, which is the online labs. I think I'm opening that one. Okay, so Online Labs was a project that we started about 3-4 years back in two-phase mode. The first phase we took up about 15 experiments each from physics and chemistry, and this was completed. We demonstrated to a number of schools. We got very good feedback, and even CBSE headquarters in Delhi was also, we had talked to them. They were also interested in it. CBSE chairman, then Vineet Joshi, he had written to all the schools about this initiative, and we got pretty good response. But there was only a very small set of labs which was available at that time. Then we have actually moved on in the phase 2. We are targeting around 150 to 180 labs covering physics, chemistry.